The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, like, I needed to be correct.
Facts. All right, let's go. Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building.
What's up?
Felukah is in the building. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me.
The time that we're recording this is big for you. You're actually getting on a flight tonight when we're recording this. You're going to fly out to the Middle East because you got a song out right now.
I do.
That's a partnership with Coca-Cola, correct? Mm-hmm. And you're going to be performing it in Qatar at the World Cup, right?
Yes, that is
Fire.
correct.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a crazy, crazy journey. I'm super blessed.
How are you feeling before this flight tonight? Are you nervous or?
I'm a little nervous only because like it is probably one of like the biggest shows I've played so far at the World Cup, but not nervous in the sense that these are my songs. I've played them 100 times before. Like I know I can do this, and I'm excited to be playing the Coke FIFA World Cup song. Kind of Magic. It's a reimagined version of the 1986 hit by Queen. So I feel like I'm stepping in the right direction.
How do you first get approached to do this with Coke?
Everything in this Felukah universe happens organically.
In the Felukah universe.
Literally, people would just come and be like, hey, do you want to do this? Can you play here? Can you do that? And like, we're not actively seeking out these things, which is like definitely something I want to do. But like, it's crazy that I've gotten to this point and it's all just been like energy, really. People connecting with the music and putting us on for things.
That's fire. So they just reached out to you. They're like, we want you and these other artists to come together and remake this classic record.
Exactly, yeah. And I was just, I mean, I'm still to this day, like, I don't feel like I'm out of place or like I'm undeserving of this moment, but it is really special. And like, I appreciate the journey that's brought me here and like all the people that, you know, came together to make this happen.
Did they mention like how they found you? Like how they discovered you?
So there's some people on the Egyptian team at Coca-Cola who are like repping me hard and they're like, bring this Egyptian artist, we need her.
That's
and
fire.
It's great because I guess the energy caught on. They were like watching my videos. There was a little spike in my YouTube views for a second. I was like, I wonder what's going on. And little did I know there was like people at Coke being like, we should put her on for this. So that was lit. And and then in the end, it was me and Tum Tum, a really cool Saudi artist who's also part of the collaboration, and Dana Paula, Mexican artist. So a combination of cultures and forces and divine feminine energy.
That's fire.
Really cool.
So were you born here or over there?
In Egypt, grew up in Egypt, came out here for school, and fell into music and hip hop and this whole crazy world, and I haven't been able to leave since.
So when you were living in Egypt, like music, like doing music wasn't even on your mind, or were you experimenting here and there?
I was definitely like, I would like to freestyle with my friends on some just like fun, you know, just like, you know, sitting and relaxing, freestyling over a beat, SoundCloud days, like that's great, you know. But then I did feel like there was something strange in the way that I really, really like to listen to like the same albums over and over. And like Acid Rap had just come out and I was like, this is changing my world. Like I want to do whatever there's going on in here. And a lot of No Name and a lot of those artists really like altered my thinking into like what rap and music could really be as a platform for storytelling, as a continuation of like my poetics, if you will, because I started writing. Like I'm a writer through and through, and the music came secondary. But so I thought I was gonna be on some Pulitzer Prize like writing journey, and I still am, but it's been accompanied by sound and music really beautifully. So
now, did that like hit you while you were living over there, or did you discover like acid rap and all that when you came here?
No, acid rap I was listening to in Cairo, but I didn't understand what the infatuation was. I was like, I'm gonna just keep listening to this because it sounds really good. But I didn't know I wanted to create things that also made people feel that way, which is introspective, which is like a bop that also makes you like question things and just look at the world differently through music. Like that is really, really a game changer for me and like why I wanted to start making music. So it all came together in New York though, because like down the block you hear like ciphers, people just like spitting over a beat, random people coming into the cipher and continuing that flow and just like this passage of energy and rhyme. It felt crazy to me, like a light switch in my head that I needed to like be a part of this community. And it's been really cool. Open micing for like 2 years straight before I got my first show. And I'm still working really hard to like, you know, bigger stage, bigger moments. And it's evolution, it's growth.
That's cool because
proud.
like I guess like you know in some respects like you could say that you started a little like later than like
Yeah,
a lot of people
for
start doing
sure.
music because a lot of people like even like the prerequisites of like how of what they're doing in music like the foundation is built like
Right.
very early on like middle school age like you know anywhere from the ages of like 10 even earlier than that to be honest with
True.
you but then like you coming over here and discovering that music was your passion over here that's like kind
Yeah.
of that's kind of dope and also kind of like a crazy story and also like in a way like an American dream story I guess in
I know,
certain
no, it
respects.
fully is. And like I feel like even me though, like when I look at my journey, I'm like, I've been making music for like 4 years and I need it to be like at here, but it's only at here and I like be really hard and like critical of myself and my journey. But then I'm like, no, but like people that us work for years before they even
Yeah.
feel any kind of movement. And everything in this whole thing we're talking about is so relative. So like I'm just trying to like appreciate every little step that I put in this, you know, path that is my journey. And being present, staying present, that's the key.
Right. And obviously you've been getting like these incredible looks like Coca-Cola. I saw you did something at the Brooklyn Museum.
Yes, sir, we did. That was a few weeks ago. It was really special. Not my first time at the Brooklyn Museum, so that was great. I like playing these museum gigs. It feels really cool to like bring art to a site that is already like presenting different kinds of art.
Right. Yep.
Feels like art, you know, while I'm on stage, and that feels great. So that's been really cool, and yeah, just really blessed, honestly, lately.
That was for
Good.
what was the exhibit? It was like
It was the opening of the Islamic arts department or Islamic arts galleries that they had going on. They'd closed down for a while and they were reopening it, and they just you know wanted to celebrate that moment with Arab artists, and it just felt really full circle and beautiful.
that's
great.
fire.
Yeah.
Especially being able to do that here, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
kind of like show people your culture through a different lens too, through hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
'Cause I'm sure there are like artists in Egypt who do hip hop, you
For
know what
sure.
I'm saying? But being here in America, it's like, you know, being here in America, it's like with Afrobeats. Afrobeats wasn't known here in America until like it blew up. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? So
right.
like unfortunately here in America, we don't always get to like the average person doesn't always get to hear artists from overseas
Facts.
come and rap or sing or whatever in their like native languages.
And then also both. So that's the thing. That's
you do
exactly why
both,
I'm
yeah.
here. I'm like, I'm trying to keep it Arabic and English. Maybe I'll add Spanish. Maybe I'll add something. But like, the more globalized the vision, the more it can apply to everybody, you know? And like, I think in English and Arabic. So it made sense to write in that bilingual, like mixed tone.
Right.
And now a bunch of artists are also creating like music, making music bilingual, trilingual. I think it's beautiful. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican, but I don't speak any Spanish. But my mom, her first language was Spanish, right?
Yeah.
So that was always something as a kid. I'd be like, "Yo, do you think it's Spanish or do you think in English?"
Right.
Like, how does that work? Because you only speak in English for like 99.9% of the time.
Uh-huh.
So it's like I always wondered, and it's always interesting when people say that because I'm always like, I wonder, like, do you think in English or do you think in like Arabic? You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel like I think in images and like sounds.
Okay.
And then also by the time it makes its way to language, like it's about the context. It's about like how I'm going to manifest what this visual language is in my head
Yeah.
through the words. And yeah, a lot of times it's Arabic and it's English. It's both literally. It's like almost a 50-50 split. But what's crazy is like a lot of the kids like in my generation growing up in Egypt, a lot of our first languages was English. Like people grew up listening to, you know, Disney Channel. We were watching Disney Channel. We were listening to Eminem, 8 Mile. Like this was just we were all speaking English and singing in English, and then Arabic appreciation came later. Like once people started leaving, they're like, wait, what are my roots again? Like what can I hold on to from my culture? So active effort to bring the Arabic up to speed with the English.
Right.
Which is weird.
How do you like when you make music, like whether you fuse it on a track or you do like one in English and one in Spanish, like how do you decide that? Is it just kind of based off whatever like the instrumentals or the beats
It
or
is
whatever?
largely like beats, like when I'm listening to beats, like what is really speaking to me and what do I need to like enter in with. A lot of times, like if it's like a traditionally like Western sounding beat, if you will,
Yeah.
I'll feel like I want to like bring in Arabic vocally, at least like, you know, some lines in Arabic just so I can have the culture there. But if the beat's already sounding really Middle Eastern, and we are like sampling an Egyptian sample, Arab sample, I'm like, cool, I can maybe, you know, sing in English on the hook and have that like broaden the reach. So it's like you're Arab, you're listening to it, you're like, that beat, I know that sample. Then you're hearing the words in English and you're in like New Jersey or wherever you are and you're like, and I feel that because I'm understanding the lyrics. So whatever is missing, I'll try to like balance it out, basically.
Okay, I see. Yeah, that makes sense too. Because I'm trying to start thinking of like some Spanglish artists. Like I think
Kali Uchis is the best.
Kali Uchis is like, I think Kali Uchis is a perfect
She's
example.
my queen.
Because she really does like teeter that border now of doing the Spanish and the English, especially on the last album too. Which actually I got to speak to. I did like a little interview with her on Zoom back in the pandemic about, which I thought was really interesting because she was explaining how like she was originally afraid to do the project in Spanish because she didn't know how people would receive it, because mostly she's just known for obviously singing in English. But then like I feel like that was like one of, I don't know, I think I might have liked it better because it was in Spanish too.
Reached new heights with the Spanish, if you ask me, and like really just like doubled her audience, like, which is incredible. I feel like a lot of us hold back from like what we know we could be really good at. And I'm not trying to hold back in 2023. Definitely more Arabic projects. But I also really love the mix that I do, so I might just keep it where I'm at right now. Like keep doing me.
Right. Nah, I like that. Who are some artists you feel like in like the Arabic world that like we should be out on the lookout for? Because like, you know, as I start doing more artists from, you know, overseas and more artists from different cultures, like I started doing a lot of Spanish artists recently, which is very personal to me for obvious reasons, being Puerto Rican. And we've been doing a lot of Afrobeat artists recently too. So like this is something that I like to ask people, because I you know what I'm saying, because I feel like through my connections with like, it's like with a rapper, right? Like I meet J. Cole, I'm gonna meet the other artists that are with J. Cole, right? So when it comes to like Arabic artists, who are some really dope Arabic artists that we got to be on the lookout for that we can check out here?
I mean, my girls are up. If you know Dunya, she's a Moroccan artist. She's, I think, based in the West Coast now, but grew up in Queens in New York. She's fire. We collaborated on a track kind of recently. She's great. Zaina is Lebanese Egyptian based in Toronto. She's really cool on her R&B early 2000s wave. Fire artist. And Fauzeya, if you know Fauzeya.
Fauzeya, I don't know Fauzeya.
Super cool. She has a song with John Legend, which really like took her to another level. But her solo shit is incredible. I think she's, I don't want to mess up. I feel like she's Moroccan as well, but she's based in the States. Yeah, so many Arab women on the top on the charts, and they rising.
That's fine. I'm gonna definitely check them out too, because like that's something that I want, like obviously as I meet more people, like I want to expand like the reach of like, you know, what we cover here on the radar. So
absolutely,
that's fire. So what type of musical space you been in lately? Obviously the song Coca-Cola is out now, but after that, how you following it up? Because I already know you gotta like strike while the iron's hot.
Yes, definitely. No, I got an album coming out on the 8th. My next project, the Love Serum, which I've been rolling out since the beginning of 2022. All the singles that I've put out this year are on that record, in addition to like new material, which I'm really excited for. And yeah, we got some new tracks. We got the tracks people have been hearing, and some surprises. Definitely gonna be playing them at the shows. Yeah, Desert Woman, my latest track, which I directed a video for and featured my cousins in. They're the starring actors in the video. That I'm really happy about that and the way it turned out, and just feels like a really special moment in like my artistic and like family narrative. So yeah, lots of beautiful things.
Love Potion. Say that name one more time on the 8th.
The Love Serum.
The Love Serum. I don't know what I thought. I started thinking about Potion. The Love Serum.
Yes, because it is a potion, I guess.
Yeah, it is. So why the Love Serum?
So I had a whole concept behind it. I wanted to pitch this album as like a visual album to Hulu and Netflix and whatnot. And I think maybe I did get a little ahead of myself, but the concept still holds. It's the idea of bringing compassion back to a dystopian world, which, you know, as we all know, the dystopia is just the reality these days, because this is the post-apocalyptic capitalist world we live in. And it's pretty dark as far as worlds go, if you ask me. But with this album, I want to bring compassion back to the people on really fire tracks, on interludes that make you feel just secure in your body and yourself and your state of mind. Everything I do starts with love and ends with love, and I want to just embed that into the music as clear as I can. So if there is a serum that would activate that feeling of compassion and empathy and love in you, then it would be that album. That was my aim. I would love to collaborate on an actual serum that would be like a love serum, but I'm not trying to drug people. Like, I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Maybe like a perfume.
Right. That could be cool. Some kind of skincare also.
Some kind of skincare thing.
That would be sick.
Face mask. I don't know. Something.
Yes.
There's something in there.
Actual love serum. No, there's a lot in there.
An actual love serum might be a little too much. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, maybe. It's what people need though. Or they just stream the album, it'll have the same effects.
Exactly. So that's out on December 8th. So if you're watching this and that's out now, please go check that out. I'm sure on YouTube they'll have the recap of your performance out in the Middle East. So make sure you go check that out at the FIFA World Cup. Super dope.
Hey.
Before we get out of here, anything else you want to let your fans know? Where they could follow you at? Anything else that we got to be on the lookout for?
Yes.
Now's the time to do it. This camera right here.
Plus, you guys can definitely catch up with me on Instagram at Felukah and on Spotify, Apple Music. You know where I'm at. And TikTok, I guess, as well, because I'll be doing some funny things on there. And yeah, it's cool.
Dope. Well, make sure you go follow her. Go run up everything she has out now. New project out. Go stream that. Go follow her. Go show her some love. Go show her some support. Love is free. Support is free. But y'all already knew that. Till next time, Felukah in the building. On the radar. We out. Boom. Dope.